guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find love within.
What's up, House of Payne fans? It's little old me, Josh. That recent promo for tonight's episode has me so anxious to watch tonight. Man, we saw Calvin get knocked out by Miranda Debo. That was Debo. She been waiting 10 years to knock that ass out. Y'all see how she almost knocked him and probably did have my bro on the floor with one single punch. I'll press charges. And Curtis happened to witness it as he walked in the door and recorded it on his phone like he always does, adding fuel to the fire. But what some may have missed was that both Calvin and Miranda were holding something in their hand, which I believe is a script of a play or something, and they were probably reenacting whatever scene they were reading, and Miranda gave him the real business instead, evidently. But it probably wasn't intentional. But the way the punch was looking, she may have taken that as a long-awaited opportunity. And Curtis is going to misinterpret this situation and spread false information, very likely. And the synopsis gave us a little teaser about Janine's return, which explains why Lisa is dressed like Lucy from that 50s sitcom I Love Lucy. The episode is titled Painful Suffering, and this is the season finale that's set to air tonight at 8 p.m. And the synopsis reads, as the family prepares for Janine's return, everyone and everything goes awry, and Lisa goes above and beyond to show Janine she's a new and improved Lisa. So with that being said, Lisa is basically being overly dramatic about proving to Janine that she's the right one for Malik, and then we see that she may be finally getting ready to have the baby, and that just might be the leading storyline for season 11. And it looks like we really are going to get to know more about Lisa's background in the upcoming seasons. A little birdie source reveals that we're going to meet Lisa's mother in season 12. Her name is Dina. She's classically ratchet. She wears outfits seemingly too young for her age. She's confident, outspoken, a scammer, and a hustler. And she's very impressed with the Paynes after she meets them for the first time. And she thinks Lisa has hit, quote, the jackpot. Hit the jackpot. According to the description, she tells Lisa, now all you have to do is put that boy on child support and get a check for the next 18 years. And Lisa and her mother do not see eye to eye. And this is from Actors Access. If you have a dream of acting and looking for any auditions, this is where you would go. And it also revealed that we will meet Laura's parents, mother and father, who happen to sound similar to Miranda's parents. The father is pleasantly wealthy and a conservative guy who runs an airline company and is meeting Calvin for the first time. He is charmed by Calvin and ready to accept him as son-in-law. But when he learns that Calvin has 2 kids with 2 different women, all bets are off. So basically, he's the reasonable parent until he gets the tea, right? And that goes the same for the mother, Elaine. But unlike her husband, the description says she isn't thrilled, to say the least. Which basically says, oh, disappointing, but I suppose I learned to accept it eventually. And lastly, it's revealed that Miranda will be dating again, as we will soon be introduced to a medical doctor named Pierce. He's tall and handsome, personable and charming, confident and successful. He met Miranda on a dating site, and he's her date that I'm sure Calvin will find out about, and very likely he's going to become jealous of. And if so, the tables will turn on him, because then he would realize how Miranda feels about Laura and all. And once again, these storylines just might pull them even closer to reconcilement. And just a matter of time is all I can say for now. But I think it's great that the writers are finally giving us what we've been expecting since season 9, right? And that will be character development and background. So we can get to know more about these new characters. And you learn a lot about a person when you meet their side of the family. So maybe once we get a little more background on them, we may have new judgment about them. Even though this will be 2 seasons from now, which won't be long because these seasons drop hella fast. Season 11 is coming sometime this spring, and before you know it, we'll probably be on season 12 by the fall or early winter of 2023. And based on the timeline of these storylines, I can say Miranda and Calvin rekindling is very likely to be how this revival would end. I think the grand finale would likely be before or after 2024, as by that time that would mark 4 years worth of seasons. The same amount of seasons that Tyler's Love Thy Neighbor got when he was on OWN. And I noticed there's a pattern in the lifespan of his TV shows. Like, the contracts that Tyler signs with these TV networks are always up to 4 years and above if he renews. And in those first 4 years, there are about 3 shows under his belt, right? On that network alone. And they last up to at least 3 to 4 years. And then those shows end. And then Tyler brings out new shows to the network to replace the old ones. Like how they canceled Love Thy Neighbor for the Curtis and Ella spinoff, The Paynes, aka Curtis Dream. And during its original run on TBS, House of Payne was canceled for better or worse. And that show stayed on TBS after House of Payne ended briefly before the show was moved to OWN once Tyler's contract with TBS ended, and then he transitioned over to Oprah's channel. And House of Payne aired 8 seasons in the span of 4 years, as the seasons are filmed the year before it is released to the public. And of course, Tyler's rigorous pace in his productions, the reason why the seasons drop so quickly. And so with that being said, I believe that it'll be the same pattern this time around with Viacom, but I believe his relationship with Viacom will be long lasting. So we'll probably just see more shows replace the current ones in the future. So they're probably dragging out Calvin and Laura's opportunity to finally tie the knot with these new characters and the possible return of the beloved characters, Jasmine, Janine, Pookie and Peanut, and hell, maybe Clarita. You'll never know. They're teasing us with the possibility of Calvin and Laura getting married, even though it just might never happen. And they're giving us the Miranda drama to throw us off. And the new and recurring characters will be our distractions until it's time to decide who is going to marry who until the show is near its end. And then they'll make it a grand wedding theme finale or something, probably. And maybe I'm reading too much into it. I'm a Virgo. It'd be like that sometimes. Or maybe you're feeling me. Let me know in the comments section. I love you for listening today, and I will see you next time right here on Joshua.